Watch the entire video, my lovely viewers, from start to finish, to get the whole thing. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. Turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
And President H talked about concrete roads, because when you invest in them, you forget for many years to come. That road has been problematic. So to get your way through across the railway line to Kalulushi, that is a key road. Done. It is a 7 kilometers stretch. So this should be made very clear. The other one is in Kandabwe area, which will be addressed by the same road. The Kandabwe area is the area when you cross the railway line. As you are going along Kalulushi Road, you turn left. There is a gravel to your left where truckers use as a shortcut to go and join Ndora Road. Mostly people are attacked there. Even copper is stolen. So all that area is being catered for under this particular initiative. So for us, this is a success story for the people of the copper belt and later on the people of Zambia. Because then it creates efficiency for the copper that we're exporting to attract forex into our economy, to also create a more robust tax base for the country. Now, I told you that how are these township roads being done? There was a sanctioned administrative directive to see to it that each township on the copper belt is given 3.1 million, each constituency, so that these township roads are graded, those that are supposed to be graded, everywhere. And also that understanding that Copper Belt has about 22 constituencies, you know that. So 3.1 million times 22, you have the answer of how much that will cost. And those townships or councils that have not yet bought graders have been directed to do so that these roads are quickly done. Before the next season, government envisages that these township roads will all be done before the next season. So it is important for us, friends, to indicate that the UPND government has come with service to the people, not jokes. You have also Mpongwe, Muchia Road, for those of you, because we are still on the copper belt. It is also being done by the UPND government, not a project that was abandoned, but first time to be done. And a bridge was also be done, a very critical key bridge called the Muchia Bridge, within the same area. The Rumpuma Road to Chief Rumpuma, you know, the traditional leaders there on the copper belt, is also being upgraded to bituminous standards. So that is a successful story for us, such that when we look back, we will be able to say, for a province that saw many of such projects under UNIP, they have now seen some relief that the once glorious province of this country, the only urban province you have, the whole country, is back. Many of you do not know that that's the only urban province you have, where you find almost all the towns are developed. At least they will talk about a mine. Okay? So, Kalengwa Road in Lufwanyama, it's being done under Triple P. When Triple P was first introduced, you heard noise from our friends, but it is paying off. You are seeing what is going on. In other words, government doesn't need to borrow money. Meaning, if it were our colleagues, I don't know how much could have been borrowed. So, I should end by indicating that we mean business on the copper belt insofar as infrastructure development, particularly the road network, is concerned. And we need to continue to encourage our president that these are activities that are visible for the people of the copper belt. And now coming from there, I want to remind you that copper belt is a very unique place. When things are going on well, you would think they are not around. They are quiet. They are busy in the mines, sending documents, supplying, doing business. They are quiet. And that's how copper belt is composed of. What it is composed of. So I want to end by indicating that even the Ndola Kitwe Road, which was done by our colleagues fraudulently at a high cost, borrowed money, is already gone. In fact, the road that they removed was stronger than what we have today. I'm sure many of you that have gone there will agree with me. So I end here. I thank you.
Thank you very much for your active participation in listening to the presentation. As Director Edgar indicated, that we'll be dealing with our achievements sector by sector. We dealt with water and sanitation, and this morning, the Director has outlined our success story in the road infrastructure projects which have been done on the Copper Belt. I now would like to invite questions from members of the press on our presentation this morning. Kindly raise your hand, identify yourself and the media that you are coming from. Any questions from members of the press? I can see a hand here. Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Alfonso is my name. I'm coming from FM Radio. Don't mind, it's not from this, but it's
From something else again.
when we are allowed to.
Alfonso, my friend, you can go ahead. And we end.
Mr. Smue, mine is just on the issue, the recent issue concerning one of your members in the media team, Amos Charlie. Yeah, recently we heard that the court cleared him of his charges. I just want to find out from you.
May we give our friend time to ask? We think it's only fair that he asks. Yes,
I
my
just want
friend.
to find out in the context of fighting corruption as a party. And
Okay.
We know that Amos Charlie has been allegedly been cited for a number of cases, including corruption cases, and then the courts relieved him in one of the cases. I just want to find out from you, is it because maybe he's aligned to the UPND?
Thank you very much. First of all, friends, I should be quick to mention that given Luminda won the case, is he aligned with UPND? Huh? He is not. So are we going to say that we manipulated the process on behalf of a Tonse member? So that kind of argument in a democracy is not successful. But then I should hasten to mention that when you go to court, you have the justice system which is independent. Maybe I connect that to another issue that I think that's Brenna Changala who is raising concerns on appeals. It is our legal process. At appeal, on appeal, when a trial court is done with their work, the first thing the presiding officer will tell you is your right to appeal against the judgment. And the appeal can either be done by the government or the accused. So when you appeal, there are specific things that come out of the appellate court. Number one, it is either the decision of the trial court is quashed. In other words, it is set aside as if nothing exists. Number two, if at all the trial court was right at law and in fact, the appellate court will uphold the judgment of the trial court. Number three, the appellate court can also direct for retrial where there are certain extenuating factors so that a matter be heard before a different trial judge. You can go on from the Court of Appeal, Supreme Court, which is the final Court of Appeal. And it is within your right. That's what the Constitution says. And it is not the first appeal which has been successful. When you go to the Zambia law reports, you're going to find many appeals have been successful. There is a legal maxim which goes that he that alleges must prove. And the burden of proof is on the prosecution. If the prosecution fails to prove, then you are acquitted. It is a legal process. So you cannot start fighting the process that you have. Assuming you were Amos, then you win the case, you celebrate, not so. You have former ministers under PDF whose wives were convicted, and then a former minister has been acquitted. Are we going to say that we influence the decision? So, obviously, we put the matter to rest. The role of the justice system is to ensure that people are treated fairly. There should be justice. Not that at all costs people must be convicted. Are we together? That is why people are taken to court. People are taken to court not for conviction, but for justice. So that if they are innocent, they are acquitted. If they are guilty, they are punished according to the law. So basically, that is what happens. So, I think we put that matter to rest. Wamana.
Thank you very much for that response. Yes, I can see hands there.
Director, my name is Ngan, and
Nga?
my question is not long ago, before the 2021 general election, when UPND was in opposition and now is government, one of the critics was based on the road construction, that Zambians wanted to eat roads. Today, the conversation has been highlighted on the milestone that the UPND has embarked on in terms of road construction in various counties within our country. My question is, are you going against your own words in terms of Zambia shall not eat roads, but therefore will make sure that the economy is more balanced and will be able to afford a standard of living?
Thank you.
Okay. There was another hand from a lady here, maybe director can take the two persons.
My name is Fanny Cabernet. I wanted clarity on the number of work that the UPND started and have completed in Coconut.
Clarity? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we can start counting them based on the presser. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, so we can actually get to the, I will have to give you the information, but we can actually go through the various roads that are being done. And it's a very good and but technical question, because I didn't see it coming that we would start counting based on what we were presenting just this morning. So obviously that can be given to you so that we reconcile facts with also RDA, because UPND is methodical, they don't just talk, okay? So, Ndanji, remember we mentioned that at that time, what was the motivation? Our colleagues imposed employment freeze. On the other hand, they were constructing roads on borrowed money. So there was no balance of reasoning. There was employment freeze, there was wage freeze. Council workers, 34,000 council workers were not paid 7 to 15 months salary arrears. So we thought, in our view, priorities were misplaced. How did we start ourselves? We realized that giving a youth a job, you are empowering a family. That's why we've been recruiting in thousands. We prioritize that. Secondly, we prioritize free education. Are we together? Thirdly, revamping the mining sector so that people can have food on the table. Fourthly, understanding there is a drought, we decided to earmark 17,000 farmers to empower them with irrigation equipment so that we can have farming as business throughout the year. Fourthly, survival skills to the people of Zambia through skills training in carpentry, welding, fish farming, general agriculture, tailoring, among others. Those were priorities. Now we can be talking about the roads, which can be done. So, development is a multifaceted or multidimensional term that includes all these things we are talking about. So, we believed that time there was something wrong. You cannot default on a debt. You are debt trapped. Then you abandon the project. Then the question you ask yourself is, where has the money borrowed gone? Those are questions we're asking. Then, if you look at, for example, the flyover bridges, it was a grant from India. Then the question we have is, where did the money they borrowed go? They got millions of kwacha and took them to ZRA. What has come out of there? And those were the basis for Our criticism. We told them, can you show us where the money has gone? You just heard that 30 million went missing from the second dollar door carriageway. 30 million, my friend, dollars is not a coin. It's a lot of money. How does it go missing? So we thought there was something wrong. You are doing replacements. You allocate 41. Policies were not speaking to each other. They were disjointed. In 2021 alone, they allocated 41 million kwacha towards CEEC. They only disbursed 10 million. What kind of reasoning is that? Then your friends help you with your social cash transfer. Your ministers start stealing. Then you start now prosecuting each other. Then the financiers, UK, withdrew. So many things went wrong. The UK abandoned financing Zambia's budget. The IMF and everybody stopped giving us further debt because they failed to account for the debt that they contracted. To debt, they will not tell you that that debt did this. Because even hydropower station in Kafuli was abandoned. Because before you borrow money, you come up with a business proposal and you have qualified engineers, quantity surveyors who tell you the cost of the project to be completed. So that was the premise, and we were saying, no. People don't eat roads. You are focusing on the roads. Then you impose employment freeze. Why don't you get that money and create more jobs for people to get jobs? Then they started supplying citizens with expired medicine. In other countries, they could have been arrested. By now, they could have been in serious trouble. So those are issues, my brother. We can spend the whole day, but I thought I needed to deal with some of those emerging issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Director, for correcting that narrative. Any other questions? I can see one and another one. We can follow in that order.
Thank you. My name is Annie
Annie Kaunda.
Director, I'd like to get your clarity over the statement you made that the Ndola Kitwe road has been coordinated done. What exactly do you mean by that statement? And since we're talking about the road network, there's been a concern that has come through from the city and Mandela constituency, to be specific, where electorates in that area feel that they've been neglected in as far as having the roads work done. When do we see your government take interest in what?
Which one? Just come again for the second question.
Mandela constituency. Yes, there's been a concern that the road network in that area is really pathetic. So the residents are asking when your government will take interest and work on that road, or do you want to wait until you approach elections? Thank you.
Mandevu?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, let me start with, is there another question?
Yes.
Start with maybe pick two.
Yeah. There was another hand. Yes.
Francis, Director, mine is, I know it is an appeal for a question. Since you are boasting that you've done these projects on the Copper Belt, I like the fact that you said you need to take the media there to see. It's when are we likely to go there? So I think we report objectively that we say this and this.
Okay. Okay. So, thank you. Thank you for the question. I'm sure, may we be together? Thank you, Francis. I'm sure we went to the Lusaka Ndola Door Carriageway. It's not a secret, isn't it? Were you there? Yes, so when we talk about those things, we mean it. I'm sure you saw also Rwansha Ndola Door Carriageway. I mean, Rwansha, this Masangano, Fisenge to Rwansha. That's why we are going there. Okay? On-site visit. When are we going? After next week we are going. Do you get the point? We are also visiting hydropower stations. So that the questions you have are asked and we speak from there. We are not joking, huh? Yes. Wamanai. I'm happy it's coming from you. Now let me talk about the road network within. We have decentralized. CDF now is being managed by the local people themselves. WDCs, you plan priority programs. Are we together? Our preoccupation from the central government is whether money is being utilized or no, or not. Previously, citizens were holding government to account. Today it is vice versa. That's what has happened. That is why if you talk about my brother Mao Sampa there, one of the key roads in his constituency has been done, and you find he's very excited. So you've also seen, if you have been following the Public Accounts Committee deliberations, that some councils have no better reason for using the money. They go there, they start apologizing. Meaning government has done their work. Your president said we need to give people the money because they stay there, we don't stay there. They know priority projects. But when you go in the same areas, you find the other projects, apart from the roads. Sometimes, meaning their WDCs or Constituent Development Fund had to prioritize empowerment of women, there is empowerment of youths, there is also skills training, alongside many other projects. They will align them in the manner that they would want them to come. Because some constituencies have agreed that for us a road is not a priority. We want to do a health post. And once it's approved, then they go for it. If you go to other constituencies, they will tell you here the problem we have is distance to school. We want to do a school as a priority. Then they will line them up in that manner. So there is decentralization. We can only start quizzing. We'll be having a press conference soon with the Deputy Mayor, which we should have had last week, to tell us the projects that Lusaka district has done. Because apparently, Lusaka City Council is almost the only district which is not publishing many of their projects. We have acknowledged that as a media team. So we would want to put them on their toes to ensure that they tell the people of Zambia, Lusaka district has 7 constituencies, meaning 36.1 times 7. That's a lot of money. We want them to tell the citizens what is being done with the money that is given to them. So sooner or later, we will have pressers here so that we bring these sources closer to the media, then members of the public are informed accordingly. I thank you. Now, Annie, when you are saying they were doing that second dollar do fraudulently, I told you that 30 million went missing. Okay? It went missing. Then secondly, our view in the opposition was that those figures were inflated. That's why we were saying they will be done half the price. Because the same company they contracted came back and said, I'm willing to do it half the price. Do you get that? Then now you question, if fire tenders were above the market price the whole hour, ambulances were above the market price the whole hour, those ones which were bought, then you have the answer for the second dollar do carriageway. Then that was supposed to be borrowed money. We have saved the situation by not allowing citizens to go back to borrowing again. Then the beauty is that their road tolls also. At least a few citizens that drive will have to make a contribution. A few citizens that drive will make a contribution. Those that are not able to drive, they are cycling, they are not paying anything. And that is the message. I thank you. I think we should be winding up now. Wamana. So that any other questions we can deal with them. We'll be having these programs. Sometimes you talk about being reactive. Here it is. We are providing you with information, content. Thank you.
Thank you. Shall we
And before you end, I also brought these because we want to deal with information so that when we given these booklets, they may not be enough. I'll secure more from State House for you, friends. So, I'll secure more for you, friends, from State House. You can get a chance, then take a photo from it. So, what you are going to find here is what has been done from 2021 to 2024. This is what we are going to be dealing with. When we are doing with on-site visits, friends, we are going to visit these projects which are here so that you can see them with your eyes. When you say they've done nothing, we have something to show as an achievement. So I'll give these books through colleagues from the media team to distribute to our friends from the media. You're going to find this information there, where we are tying our fulfilled promises to the manifesto is tied to the policy of the government implementation. That's why you have the presidential delivery unit. so that they're able to monitor what we promise the people, how we put it in the policy of government, and the implementation side. The challenges first, the bottlenecks, and recommendations. Let us not make noise, we can share quietly.
Colleagues,
Thank you. Maybe we close with the national anthem, afterwards then you distribute. Yes.
circulate even online copies to your WhatsApp.
Okay,
Not your
just a minute,
contact numbers.
just a minute. Yeah, we said we will reconcile the numbers with RFDA. Jeff.
Shall we sing the national anthem?
Standard team of Zambia, proud and free, land of work and joy in unity, victors in the struggle for their rights. We've won freedom's fight. All one.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.